So, here's a question for you. Can a collection of simple Portuguese verses written way back in 1953 actually have anything to say to us today? Well, we're about to find out. In this explainer, we're going to crack open this beautiful book called Gotas de Luz, which means drops of light, and see how its wisdom about things like humility, peace, and purpose can, maybe light up our own lives right here and now. Let's get started. It all kicks off with a sound. Just a single, unexpected melody that shows up at the darkest possible moment. Let's set the scene for a story that honestly frames everything else we're about to explore. So we're diving into our first section, A Song in the Dark. And what's so cool about this is that the book's preface, written by a spirit author named Emmanuel, doesn't start with some heavy, abstract philosophy. Nope, it opens with a story, a really gripping story that kind of acts as the key to unlocking everything else. It perfectly shows the power of a single drop of light. Okay, picture this. There's a man, and he has been deeply, deeply betrayed. He's just consumed by this need for revenge. And he's not just thinking about it, he's on his way. He's walking toward a house, and in his pocket, he's got a weapon. He has a plan, and it's a deadly one. And we're not talking about just a flash of anger here. The way the book puts it, his heart is poisoned with a dark purpose. He's right on the edge of doing something terrible, something that would change his life and someone else's forever. In his mind, the decision is already made. And then, right as he's about to enter the house, something stops him cold. It's not a person, not a shout, but a sound. From a tree nearby, a tiny canary just starts to sing. It's this beautiful, simple melody he's never heard before, and it just cuts right through the darkness in his head. That song just makes him stop. And in that silence, this question pops into his head. Could this be more than just a bird? Could this beautiful little song, with no words at all, be some kind of divine message, a warning to stop what he's about to do? It's a huge moment of reflection. So he just waits, he listens to this little bird sing. And as he does, that anger, that poison, it just starts to fade. The book says the dense cloud of undue concerns that had covered his spirit begins to lift. He turns around and he walks away. He was saved from a total disaster by the song of a small bird, a perfect drop of light. Okay, so that powerful story really sets the stage for the rest of the book. All the verses that come after it are kind of presented as their own little collection of songs, simple, beautiful melodies of wisdom that can stop us in our tracks and just make us think. And Emmanuel, the author of that preface, he just nails the purpose of these verses. He calls them a true fountain of love in drops of light. See, the goal isn't to hit you with complex theology, but to share these simple truths that can lift up our spirits. And the thing is, this wisdom is incredibly sharp and practical. Just take this distinction from one of the verses. It's not just about, being humble. It's about knowing the difference between genuine service and just empty flattery. One actually helps people, the other just butters them up. It's a tiny verse with a huge lesson in character. And this whole focus on our inner character leads us right into the next big theme of the book, the path to inner peace. I mean, that's a challenge that's just as real today as it was in 1953, right? So how does the book say we can find it? Okay, this is honestly one of my favorite verses from the whole collection. It says that happiness isn't something you have to go out and chase or buy. It's already there, like a miraculous star shining right beside you. The hard part, the verse says, isn't finding it. It's learning how to see it. So let's just take a beat here. Seriously, think about your own life for a second. What's a small joy, a simple good thing, a quiet strength that's already there, shining next to you, that maybe you've been overlooking? And this gets to the core of the book's idea about peace. It's not about changing everything around you. The verses are really clear that permanent calm is born from a tranquil conscience. It's an inside job, It's rooted in our own integrity in doing the right thing. Which naturally leads us right into our next section, the power of our actions. This isn't some passive sit-around-and-think philosophy. The book hammers home again and again that our choices, our words, and our actions are what really shape our world and how we feel inside. And the book gives some incredibly direct advice, pulling from all over its different poems. Basically, your words can build people up or tear them down. A life without purpose? That's the real tragedy. Helping someone too late? Well, that's like trying to rescue someone after the shipwreck. The big takeaway is that our daily actions matter a lot. And here's another little gem for you. It's really an encouragement to just be authentic. Don't do good things to get applause or for people to notice. True merit, real worth doesn't need a spotlight. Just like light, it shines all on its own. People will see it. All right, so as we start to bring this all together, we get to what's really the most important part, finding your own light. Because the point of all these verses, all these little songs, isn't just for us to read them. It's an invitation to start listening to our own lives a little differently. The entire collection is basically a call to action. It's a toolkit for living, not some museum piece you're supposed to just admire from a distance. This wisdom is meant to be used in our relationships, at our jobs, and even in our own quiet thoughts. And this verse just captures that feeling perfectly, that sense of urgency. Don't wait for the perfect moment to be kind or to help someone or to change. Tomorrow's a maybe, but today is certain. The power to do something is always right now. And just like that, we're right back where we started. Now, we might not be walking down a dark path with a weapon in our pocket, but every single day we all face choices, right? How to answer that frustrating email, whether to help a neighbor, how we talk to ourselves. We all have our own crossroads. So I'm going to leave you with this one last question to think about. That man in the story was stopped by the song of a canary. For you, what could it be? A kind word from someone, a moment of gratitude you feel, a simple truth you remember from an old book. What small, unexpected drop of light is waiting to change your direction today?